Having a child means so much to a female. It is the pride and joy of a family. My people, it's your boy Spiritual Child, and I'm here today with another video, a hot topic, a hot video, as it concerns childbirth. It concerns why you can't have any kids. It concerns why you keep losing your kids. It concerns everything that has to do with spirituality and physicality. My people, sit, relax, and educate yourself. As you all know that I am a witch doctor, which means that I have to know witchcraft and I have to know medical science in order to carry out my function properly. Okay, so let's go into the details now of this video. Now, as you all know that sex is the main uh, reproduction method of a human being, right? It involves the male um, ejaculating sperm into the female, and we all know how this goes, right? That the sperm travels through the vagina, up through the cervix, up into the uterus, and then into the fallopian tubes, right? Where it meets the female um, reproductive organ or the female reproductive system, which is the egg. So the sperm fertilizes the egg, and the egg now becomes a zygote, right? The zygote, after a week, travels down the fallopian tube and enter the uterus, where it now becomes a blastocyst, right? It becomes a blastocyst, which in turn attaches itself to the uterus lining or the uterus wall, and we call the uterus lining the endometrium, right? So the endometrium is another term for the uterus lining, where the um the blastocyst will attach itself to, right? And from there it will develop either into a child or a miscarriage. Now, my people, the fact of the matter is, if a baby can be conceived and brought down into the uterus, where the chance of it attaching itself to the endometrium or the uterus lining is a gamble. It's a gamble, because I say it's a gamble because it don't must attach itself to the uterus lining, as well as it can attach itself to the uterus lining and then breaks away from it because it didn't attach itself fully to it. And if it attaches itself to it and then breaks away, you know that you're gonna pass out that fetus the next period of time. So it's a gamble. No, it being a gamble is not even the point. What I'm going to discuss right now is the spiritual part of this gamble, the spiritual part of this baby. Remember that a baby is conceived by two beings, a male being and a female being, which means two spirits combine to form one spirit. Now, when these two spirits combine to form a baby or a spirit that is being developed, right? Remember that the uterus represents the heavens. So the baby is now in the heavens developing. And me as a witch doctor, or I, I am I am a witch doctor, and I am looking at it in a spiritual aspect, that with the baby being developed in the womb, or with the baby, with this being being developed in the uterus, so many things can go wrong spiritually, because the uterus represents the heavens. So other spiritual beings can kill that development of the baby, other spiritual beings can tamper with that development of that baby. So apart from the issues, apart from the physical issues that can happen to stop the pregnancy, which is which are can these physicalities can include cysts, and we all know what cysts is, blisters in the uterus, blisters in the cervix, the fallopian tube being blocked, or one of the tube being blocked, preventing the egg from come down, preventing the sperm from going up. So, my people, there are so many physicalities, but these physicalities aren't really the main issue why some people are having problems getting pregnant. It's more spiritual than physical, because the egg can be fertilized or conception can take place and enters into the uterus, but with the egg or the zygote or the developing baby being in the uterus unprotected spiritually, spiritual beings can interfere with this baby. And if it's set, if it's something that is set by a witch doctor to destroy your baby each time you get pregnant, you won't know that. A doctor cannot determine or identify this issue. Only a spiritualist like me can identify such an issue. So if you're having problems to get pregnant, if you're having problems having baby, if you're having problems with miscarriages, you have to check it out spiritually and physically, because um everything happens spiritually and physically. So your miscarriage, your inability to have children, doctor telling you that you have black tube, doctor telling you that you have cysts, doctor telling you that you have swelling, doctor telling you that you have sore, doctor telling you that you have cervical cancer. You have to check it out spiritually also, because remember, everything happens spiritually and physically. As a matter of fact, things happen spiritually before it happens physically. So before your conception can occur, the spirits in the heavens must agree for this baby to come into being. Remember, we are spiritual beings. It's two spiritual beings combined to form one baby. So if the powers that be don't agree for this conception of baby, they will destroy the baby in the womb. They will destroy the baby before it even come down into the uterus. Okay, they will destroy the baby. All right, listen. Being that they cannot trouble the sperm from being that they cannot stop the sperm from enter the egg, right? Because the sperm will fight its way up to fertilize the egg. But from the egg become fertilized and it start to develop into another being, a spirit being. Other beings have the power to now destroy this being, because this being is weak and young and it's being developed. So I, as a witch doctor, can destroy this being spiritually. Demons can destroy this being spiritually. Angels can destroy this being spiritually. Always remember that. As long as the baby starts to develop into a human being, it can be destroyed spiritually. So if you go to a doctor and doctor cannot find any issue why you cannot have any baby, apart from the blockages or the cysts or the swelling or the cervical cancers and issues, you need to find a specialist, a spiritualist, to ascertain if you are black spiritually also. Because if you are black spiritually, you will not have a baby. If you are black spiritually, you cannot conceive the way, or you cannot conceive the way or you want to conceive. You will not have that baby, or you will not have the baby that you want. You might even end up with a handicap, because the spirit have cursed you. The spirit have cursed the developing being. Okay, so it's um it's a 50-50 chance that you getting pregnant is a, is um is a spiritual issue. You getting pregnant is a physical issue. and it's a 50-50 chance that if you not getting pregnant or you being unable to get pregnant, is physical or it's spiritual. So just like how you can attend a doctor to check it out, you need to attend a spiritualist to check it out also, because everything happens twofold, spiritually and physically. My people, you need to check it out. So if you cannot have a baby, you need to check the doctor and consult a witch doctor also. It's the only way. It's not just a black tube, it's not just the cyst, it's not just the cervical issues, it's not just the ovarian cancers. You need to get your body checked out spiritually and physically. So my people, it's your boy Spiritual Child, and I'm signing out today. Blessed be.